Heyo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show, and let's talk about Steven Universe. I believe I talked about Steven Universe about 2 times. Once in a character clash, and a versus Steven Universe's We Need to Talk, and Gravity Falls' Tourist Trapped. I do have a few singular by themselves Steven Universe reviews to do, including one on the pilot, like any other show that I haven't covered, but today we're going to be talking about everything that you need to know about Save the Light, an upcoming or already out game on Steven Universe. For the sake of this review, I'll refer to everything as if I'm talking about it now before it comes out. It will be coming out worldwide around November 5th, 2017, made public at PAX East, a gaming festival held in Boston. It was created by Grumpy Face Studios, creator of many other Cartoon Network apps that I might talk about sooner or later. What separates this game from the app Attack the Light is that the game is being made for the major consoles and not for mobile phones, specifically the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. That's really cool, but also a great investment, because Cartoon Network doesn't really release games on the console like they should. I would totally get an Amazing World of Gumball console game. Who doesn't remember Ed, Edd and Eddy The Misadventures? The game also takes notes from its app and features its characters in a more flat, less detailed, and overall flashy colored environment. Even the characters look like something that OKKO would do in one of their skits. It seems to be more about the adventure and strategy, some articles even comparing it to the mechanics of Final Fantasy. In fact, some articles even compare Attack the Light, the app that did come out, to games like Paper Mario. Grumpy Face owner Chris Graham said in this article by The Verge, "You got side quests, a crafting system, character perks, upgrades, customizable teams." The developers also focused a lot on character relationships, with certain things happening when you rank up certain characters. Steven, Garnet, Pearl, Amethyst, Connie, Greg, all of them were confirmed to be in the game. In fact, Stefani, the fusion between Steven and Connie, was also confirmed to be in the game. The developers also claimed to want to take a deeper look into the Steven Universe mythology. They also claimed to be working closely with Rebecca Sugar, creator of the show, saying things such as, "You're gonna find a lot of extra little things about the show from the game, I think," from the same Verge article. Overall, it seems to be another turn-based strategy focused on puzzles, adventures, exploring, and music. The visual seems great, and I probably might cover this as more info comes out. Maybe not. More likely to do it if it has a PC release? Maybe? So now that we've looked forward, let's look at the previous Steven Universe related game, Attack the Light, which was released on April 2nd, 2015, announced at MagFest in 2014. Unlike the console game coming out, this game is for iOS, Android, and Kindle, created by the same people who are making this newer game, Grumpy Face Studios. The game follows this plot roughly. Essentially, Steven gets a hold of a light prism after falsely relying on Steven's low power to not activate the prism, and thus letting what's inside the prism escape. Well, Steven was powerful enough, and the prism lights do escape, and it's their mission to get them back. I decided to pick up this game for first-hand experience. I know I'm late, but as you can tell, I'm always bouncing back between the now and the past in terms of stuff that I talk about on this channel. It has a giant element of strategy to the game, and resources are limited, so it makes you think about what to use, and what to save for a bigger battle. The maps are small, so exploring the map really shouldn't be a chore, and if you want to do somewhat of a completionist run, it's easier on this game. Each gem has their pros and cons in terms of power, how much star points they need to do what, and what their upper level attacks do. The game also offers a small but brutally there presence of making sure that you aren't just clicking or pressing all the time. Sometimes you have to time things or aim a distance, and one wrong turn could spell disaster for your entire crew. Although Steven doesn't help fight directly, he is just as important as all of the other gems. He offers the items as well as a few moves of his own that come quite in handy. The visuals are pretty good, although I don't think too many would complain if the visuals were more compared to the actual show. The music honestly is okay. It's nothing that I would personally listen to away from the game, but it doesn't take anything away from the game. The game could be a little bit of a grind at certain parts, but they make up for it by adding extra areas that one would need to go back to fully complete the level. I think the balance of enemies and how each enemy has a unique style really adds to the game. Some enemies may seem pretty easy when they're alone, but when the game mixes it up with other enemies, those same easy easy enemies are now a nuisance, but in a good way. They used some of the voice clips from the show because apparently some of the voice actors couldn't make it, but again, I'm not complaining. There's also some small things like Steven saying the correct thing for experience, and this is just a nitpick, but I believe either answer should be correct and give the player a sense of a role-playing style, instead of wondering what the writers think Steven would do. Overall, I love it, and if I can ring it up to play while on stream, I'll give it a shot. But from here, I think that the new game definitely has tons of potential to improve on the shortcomings of Attack the Light. I believe there should be a bigger map, more exploration options, a better story, and the character dynamic should be much stronger. I do think that the point of view should be changed, but I don't think they'll do too much on this for their first attempt. I still do want to support the game by giving it exposure. So if you want to check it out, when it comes out, I'll definitely say something about it on Twitter. Follow me at the ALPHAJ Show, or link it in the description below when I find a few suitable retail sites. My question to you, should Cartoon Network focus more on cartoon-centered video games, or do you think that is long gone in the days of the 2000s? Do you think they can mess it up provided the positive reviews of Attack the Light? Let me know any of your thoughts about those questions or the game in general, any questions you have about the upcoming game, any questions you have about the app that's already out, anything at all in the comments down below. This was a short video because I didn't want to dive too deep into gaming as my channel is focused more on animation, but this was a tangent and I decided to take the risk, and if you guys like this smaller video, then I can see what I can do and make longer videos about non-episodic content if that's something you guys want to see. I also want to shout out T-Blocks for recently sponsoring me. I was actually looking for a crate to get for myself just to see what all the rage was about, and I saw T-Blocks among the choices. So when I got traction and revenue was decent, I was going to try them out, but they reached to me first, and why would I say no? I received something from them and I'll talk about that more later, but for now, if you want to support the channel, please check them out. They deliver personalized merchandise based off of your interest per month. They don't have a monthly box. Your box is your box, and they have their own artists as well as external artists, and if you don't like the t-shirt design, I can't stress this enough, you can exchange it. So really you're getting something cool here. The code is ALPHAJTBX, all one word, and you can get 10% off your first month, so if you like it, then there you go. I usually don't put time sensitive stuff in my video, but considering what video is coming up next, I decided to do it for this one particular video. I might hate myself later for doing it, but I'm doing it anyway. Review 75 probably will take a while. Nothing crazy, nothing like a month, but it is a pretty big video. And if you remember the 50th special, then you know that was also a pretty big video, and that also took a bit of time. I'm just now finishing the writing, and I know since the script is large, I most likely won't be able to record it all in one sitting without sacrificing quality in my voice. And then editing the entire thing would be a different monster in and of itself. But after that, everything should be smooth sailing, so I will be working as fast as I can to get out review 75, which is next. But until then, join my public Discord. We've been having so much fun gaming, discussing shows, and sometimes I like to bring members who I trust onto the stream with me, as I did with the last stream I had. The links for those as well as the video for requests is always in my description below. I've revamped my description so it should be easy to find whatever you're looking for. If you really like this video, I highly suggest watching my Johnny Test Games video for another oddball gaming video, or my Cartoon Network playlist altogether to catch up with my Cartoon Network centered videos. Make sure to subscribe and feel free to consider my Patreon. As always, I hope your time is well spent, and Alpha out.